Hi there, it's Kim Marie. I wanted to talk today about the fine line between having compassion and being enabling. So, I don't know how many people know that I was a mom at 20 years old, married at 20, and not long after had my first child. So, I learned very young how to be a parent before I even knew how to find the little girl in me and kind of reparent her. So I learned a lot, and I would say that being referred to as the Russian mom, the way my son says it, is like the stereotypical Russian woman who's tough and strong and has no compassion. But yet a lot of people know me as a very compassionate person. So I thought that would be a great title. I am a very compassionate person. I can really feel, because I've been through a lot, right? So I can really go there and feel my clients, what they're going through, what they tell themselves, where they're struggling. I'm able to meet them there and create that safe container and hold them in that space long enough for them to feel heard, for them to feel understood, for them to know that they're not alone. Because that's key. We need to know that there's nothing wrong with us. We're not crazy. That we're not the only one that is going through this. So I am absolutely passionate about my heart spilling open with compassion of what someone is struggling with or what someone has struggled with. With that being said, I do not buy into victim consciousness. So we can't take that story with us and make that the excuse for our life. Well, we can, a lot of people do, right? But when we do, then our life continues to show up that way. When we make that our excuse, then we're going to get more of it. So the fine line here is that as a parent, I feel like my job is to empower my children, is to teach them how to be able to stand on their own 2 feet, not to feel like they have to, like, of course you're going to need people, right? But to keep them small is to make excuses for them, right? So yes, although there may have been struggles, and I'm there for that. I'm there to, help you through those struggles, to pick you up, wipe you off, and then empower you, show you the part that you played, show you the part in your belief system that may need to shift, show you some habits that are going to allow you to be accountable for your own life and accountable for your own experience. Because as long as we know that, then we're empowered. As long as we stay stuck in the story that life is against us, and that we are, and we're in that pity party, then the more that we're going to have things to be in a pity party for. So there is the fine line. There's the fine line as a friend, there's the fine line as a mother, there's the fine line as a coach, as a teacher, as a transformational speaker workshop, right? So if you're coming to me, yes, for sure, I am going to sit with you more compassionately than a lot of situations that you may put yourself in, right? Because I really get it. And I know the importance of understanding your heart, because I want to be understood. I'm very sensitive. I want to be understood. I want to be met and known that I'm not alone, that there's nothing wrong with me, that it's okay to feel this way sometimes. So I am really passionate of giving compassion. But I'm also passionate about, once you're there, once you've felt heard, and to not stay there. And I'm not going to sit in the frying pan with you for long. right? I'm not going to sit there and keep stroking that belief that the world is against you and that there are no other options when I know there are options, right? Because I have worked through this, because every day I work through it. It's not, I haven't arrived. Every day I get challenged. Every day there's something new that I have to stretch myself. I have to use my voice in a way that's really uncomfortable, you know, and I have to call people to the plate and show them where their blind spot is. Not because I'm better, because it's easier to see from when you're further removed. We all know this. We can see other people's problems or discrepancies way more than we can see our own. So it's helping each other. It's being compassionate for one another and realizing we all trip over this. We all do. But for me, the greatest amount of love I can offer somebody is to show them where their blind spot is so they can find their power, so they can be accountable and not be a victim of their own life. So no, I don't buy into victim consciousness. And what I mean by victim consciousness is being unwilling to see the pattern of experiences where we end up feeling victimized and never take responsibility for our part in it. What we needed to see from it, how we can grow from it, and how we can say, okay, I missed the mark there, but now I understand. Now I can redirect, I can fine tune and show up a little better, you know? That's for me, the whole human experience is to keep showing up and trying to be a better version of ourselves. So yes, I am compassionate, and yes, I 100% believe in you know, being there for our friends and being there for our loved ones. And even when I'm not willing to sit in the frying pan with you anymore, I am willing to still send you love and hold you up. But no, I'm not going to stay in that belief system because I don't subscribe to it. And I don't, you know, two of us frying in a frying pan isn't going to help anybody. Right? So I will send love there. Yes. But I really do believe that in every obstacle, there's an opportunity. And in that opportunity, we get to grow. We get to decide if we want our power, if we want to feel empowered, or if we want to feel victimized. So this isn't about trashing my son, because he's an amazing man. And I am very proud of him. And he, for the most part, he's super coachable. But there have been those times when he's just not ready to get out of the frying pan, and he says, you know what, you're my Russian mom. And you know, my mother would coddle him, and my mother would be like, oh, poor Joey, he's blah blah blah. Oh, he has to work so hard. And I'm like, work so hard, you know, like. And then yes, I'm being the Russian woman, and yes, it can sound like that because, you know, sometimes we do have to work a little harder. You know, we do have to work a little harder. It's part of our workout. It's part of this lifetime. Sometimes we have to dig a little deeper within ourselves. But every single time I've dug deeper within myself, which is so many times, because I've definitely gotten a lot of obstacles, and I'm sure you have, right? Every time I dig to the core of who I am, it shifts me. Right? It shifts me. It moves me to the next level. So I don't ever want to rob my clients, definitely not my children, of that opportunity because I got in the way and enabled them or coddled them and kept them small. So yeah, if you're my client, I'm a little tough sometimes, but I do it with a lot of love. I do it with a lot of compassion. But yeah, I'm a little tough because I want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. And that's my message for today. I wish you the best, and I hope you have love in your heart. Mwah.